So I just want to introduce my guest. My guy is Joel Comm. He's one half of the Bad Crypto podcast and also the Nifty Show. Give him a round of applause, please.
The good-looking half. He ain't here.
Travis, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about that.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we're going to have to just kind of like work with us. We're doing the best we can with the audio out here. And if you got an issue, please slide over here, my brother. I know you trying to work with us. Work with us. Thank you. I appreciate you. So anyway, Joe, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell the people a little bit about yourself and your background and how is it that you actually got into crypto? And then from that, we'll talk a little bit about how your entry into the podcast game came about.
Right on. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming out.
There it is. Now take a drink. I really can't see like any of y'all. These lights are so bright. So like anybody wants to come up here, I can actually see a face. So I've been doing online business for 27 years now. And I've done just about everything that's not illegal, immoral, or fattening. And I'm working on the fattening now. Going to the waffle business or something. And in that time, it's been building sites, selling sites, affiliate marketing, internet marketing, social media marketing, creating apps, iPhone applications. Had one that went to #1, sold a site to Yahoo back in 1998 when that was still an actual thing. Anybody here play Yahoo Games ever? Remember Yahoo Games? So I think there's a hand there. I can't see beyond the light, but there was these little avatars.
There's one old guy back there.
Yeah, one old dude. The gray hair gives me away. That and the fact that I've been doing this since forever.
Hey, I got gray hair too, buddy.
That's right. There was one avatar that was a guy with red cap, glasses, and a goatee. That was this cat right here.
So you had the NFT avatars long before that?
Yeah, I had profile pictures a long time ago. I was the original crypto punk, yo.
Perfect. So you're into online advertising, digital marketing.
All kinds, yeah.
Yeah, and then, crypto comes about. Give me your aha moment. What happened? How'd you see it? Did you get hit in the head with a blockchain? What happened?
Just about, because usually I pick up on stuff really early, and I like to pioneer the technologies, not because I'm so smart.
We are still really early.
We're so
FYI, we are still really, really early.
I get bored playing with the same toys.
I've been saying that for 5 years, right here in Crypto Mondays San Juan.
It's still true.
We're still very early.
Still true. So it's still nowhere near mass adoption, right? It's going to be years before we get to mass adoption where, the people who have been saying to you, Bitcoin, are like, all right, I'm all in, right? So it was...
Shout out to Noriel Rubini. Suddenly he's taking a turn for pro-crypto.
Just wait until Peter Schiff, that domino
I had
falls.
Peter Schiff at Limitless last year. Peter Schiff debated Brock Pierce. If anybody went to Limitless, you'll remember. FY, shameless plug, Limitless will be back December 9th right here in San Juan. You guys feel free to hit the website, limitlesscrypto.com. Early bird tickets are 50% off. They will not last at 50%.
This message brought to you by Pedro.
Yeah. Limitless. We had Peter Schiff last year with Brock. I promise you I'll bring Peter Schiff back on once he decides.
He's a broken record, though. That's the problem with Peter. He's a broken record. Bitcoin sucks. Buy gold. Bitcoin sucks. Buy gold. It's the same thing. All you got to do every tweet, every day. It's the same thing. When Bitcoin's down, he says, ha, 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 look at that, your Bitcoin's down. And when it's up, he's like, Bitcoin's going to go down. So
he's playing the heel. He's doing a great job of it. I mean,
good for him. He's got his angle.
Shout out to Euro Pacific Capital. Hopefully they'll sponsor Limitless this year as well.
Oh, that's good. Way to manifest that. There you go.
Yeah. We'll see you, Peter Schiff. We'll send you the sponsorship deck tomorrow. It's a great idea.
Yeah, and if the bugs are bothering you, send them up here. Pedro's just grabbing them out of thin air. And
I'm not going to let him eat me. It's one or the other type of thing.
So it was the election season 2016. Anybody remember that? That wasn't fun.
Cambridge Analytica damn sure remembers this. Shout out to Brittany Kaiser.
That's right. And Pepperidge Farms, they remember. Somebody got that. I don't know. So Travis Wright and I had known each other for years. Our mutual friend Lori Ruff introduced us, said, hey, you guys should know each other. You're both good guys. You're both fun. And you both like tech, so know each other. So we knew each other. We discovered we had similar political leanings. And during the election season, we were going back and forth on Messenger every day, talking politics,
During the election, you wasn't allowed to be friends with somebody who voted for the other party. So that means they were voting for the same guy.
Yeah, we were voting for the same guy. And after the election, all that happened, the conversation turned to crypto. And I had heard about Bitcoin probably since 2013, and I was tied up in personal stuff and my business falling apart. And I for whatever reason, I did not pay attention. It was because not only was I tied up with other stuff, but I didn't understand this concept of Bitcoin mining. Like, what do you mean mining? There's little people inside my computer with a pickaxe going ding, 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 ding on the motherboard in Bitcoin. I didn't get it.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's all along. Who knew? And so because I didn't understand that, I just kind of poo-pooed it and put it to the side. And Travis and
Shout out to all the little people mining out there right now.
Yeah, we like all you. We don't care how big you are. If you could be a hamster and be inside that computer and get your little hamster pickaxe and do your thing. So we started talking about it, and I went to a conference in Denver where I was living, and my friend Davin Michaels, who is a resident of Palmas as well, who I've known for many years.
Shout out to Davin Michaels.
Davin
Michaels has the best business card in the business. Anyone who's ever met Davin knows what I'm talking about.
I've known him since 2007. We were on the same speaker circuit, so Perfect. He was the first connection I had here. Then John Lee Dumas, and between the two of them, it was easy to get here to the island. Anyway, the conversation I had with him at that conference finally put me over the edge. It was that last little push. You know, some people scatter seeds, some people water, and then some people harvest it. He was there for the harvest, just in time, and there it was. I went home May 4th, 2017. I bought my first Satoshis. So I just celebrated my Bitcoin anniversary here just a few days ago.
That was a good time to buy.
May the 4th be with you.
That was a good time to buy.
It was a great time to buy. It was about $1,500 for a Bitcoin at that time. And Travis and I were still talking back and forth. We're both buying Bitcoin. We're talking about Ethereum. I bought something called Ant Shares at $2. Anybody remember Ant Shares?
Ant Shares, of course.
Became Neo, right? Should have sold that damn thing at 100 or whatever it was, but it's been good. Neo been good to me. And July 16th, 2017, Travis sends me a message with a winky face, and he says, when are we going to start the Joel and TW Crypto Show? And the moment he said that, that was the moment that I was like, oh, shit. I'm calling you right now. I called him. I said, dude, we have all that's needed. You and I are both podcasters. We're both professional speakers. We both don't know what we're talking about, but we can entertain. And we both want to learn more about this. What if we start a podcast that isn't over people's heads, because we can't go over our own heads? Because everything was super technical. Laura Shin's great. She's amazing, but she's way smarter than we are. And like, she's talking to people who are smart. Like, let's just take people on the journey with us, and let's just be ourselves, which means be clowns and do plenty of dad jokes and maybe the occasional fart joke. Like, whatever. We're just going to be who we are. And it just resonated with people. It took off like that. So we're almost 5 years of Bad Crypto. And I think we were the first podcast to talk about NFTs. December 2017, CryptoKitties came out. And we thought
let's give them a round of applause for 5 years of the Bad Crypto podcast. All right, so I don't want you guys, I don't want to, put your business out there too much, but safe to say the Bad Crypto podcast has done very well for you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember talking to Travis in the beginning, saying, you know what, just do this show. Let's not worry about monetizing it, and it's going to open up all kinds of doors, because we're going to get to talk to all these amazing people. We're going to be hyper connected in the space, and that's exactly what's happened. And it didn't take any time. We were getting invited to speak at events within a few months of going, because we also can present decently, right? We're professional speakers, and you got a lot of people who go to these crypto conferences, and they're super smart, but they don't necessarily communicate well, or they're on a panel and they don't know how to interject and say what they want to say. And so we get up on stage and we entertain, and people dig that. So we
I might know a little something about that.
Yeah,
a little bit,
one or two things.
Yeah.
So we did the CryptoKitties show. We did a whole show about CryptoKitties, talking about NFTs. We didn't know what the hell they were. We just knew this is crazy that you can mint these cats and then they can have sex and make kittens. Like, we were in on that. And so we've been doing that. And in 2020, January, we minted our first NFT of our own. It was at the Washington Elite Conference. And then right after that was the North American Bitcoin Conference. We minted NFTs. People came up to our booth. We had a QR code. Said, boop, there you go. Here's an NFT. Like, what's that? Asking us, what's that? Oh, this is like a proof that you were here with us. And then I had this idea, what if we created NFTs as proof of listening? So we did the first proof of listening with Patricio Warthalder and the POAP app where you listen to the show. We had like Ron Paul would come on the show, and Travis is artsy and fartsy, and he would make a cool NFT. And we say, all right, from the time this episode drops, you got 72 hours to go to this website and put in your Ethereum wallet address, and we're going to drop this NFT to you. So we did that for a number of episodes. And then you know what happened? COVID happened. Shut down everything.
Except the internet.
Except the internet and except the blockchain. And we couldn't go anywhere, and I couldn't travel and speak and see the world. But we just went into NFT mode. I said, Travis? He says, what, Joel? I say, let's make a digital collectible set. We saw that Topps, remember the trading card company, they were the creators of the Garbage Pail Kids cards in 1985. Atom Bomb and all those. You guys remember that? Okay, I can't see you, so if I can't hear you, I don't even know you're there. I see one head and a silhouette back there. I know that guy's there. So we saw that on the Wax blockchain.
We're going to make sure we get him an optometrist checkup if we have any optometrists looking to sponsor.
I do need new glasses. It is time
Yes.
for some new specs. So we're the Garbage Pail Kids packaged up their cards randomly. You'd buy a pack of cards, and just like we used to when we were kids, you'd rip it open and out come cards, right? But only with blockchain, they're not just static cards. You can do animations, you can put sounds on them, and the Garbage Pail Kids showed us that, hey, we could do this on Wax, not deal with any gas fees at all. Long story short, we've done 4 editions of Blockchain Heroes, which are superheroes and villains inspired by real blockchain personalities and concepts. Sold out the first 3 of them completely. The last one, about halfway. And we've done 5 or 6 other series of different NFTs that we've minted. It's done very successful. The series that I have created or been a part of, we've minted over 1.5 million NFTs. And you can applaud for that because that's cool. If Pedro wasn't going to tell you to, I was going to. So.
I mean, he's got this part under control.
It's 1.5 million.
Listen, 1.5 million NFTs, man. Let me get a round of applause for that.
It's a good idea.
All right, so I just want to slow you down just a second.
Okay.
So these guys made a complete lane for themselves without trading and investing, right? And this is what I constantly try to communicate to our audience here and also the audience on the internet, is that there's so many ways to make it in this industry outside of trading and investing. Don't get me wrong, ultimately that is a path, right? But it's not an easy path. And it's also, especially on the trading side, it's typically held for the professionals and everybody else is food for the professionals. Until you become a professional, right?
Well, and I'm opposed to stomach ulcers. Trading is...
I like my life, right? Most of the really good traders I know, and I don't know if any of them are here. If they are, I don't mean to be mean. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of the traders that I know that are really good, I mean like world leaders, and I know the best traders in the world, these guys usually don't have the best social skills. Their personal lives are not exactly the best, right? They sit at home with 7, 10 screens all day long, 14 hours a day.
You know what else they don't have that we got?
Girlfriends.
Hair. Well, yeah, I was going to say girlfriends, but it's because we got the hair, we got girlfriends.
No girl is going to sit there watching you wash these screens all day long.
Shout out to my girlfriend Erin out there somewhere. Hi, Erin.
Yeah. Girlfriends.
Also,
shout out to the girlfriends that that love us, crypto guys that that deal with us crazy.
Are you kidding? Love us. She is such an NFT nerd now. She started her own podcast with Gen FT in our community called the Crypto Chicks.
There you go, Crypto Chicks in the house. We got to get you guys up on the show. Then we definitely need more feminine vibes up here.
And I'll tell you what, as we're talking about family, my son Zach is here. He's turned 30 this year, and he came up with one of the projects that we sold out. We did over $500,000 in Draco dice. My son is the best world builder I know. He comes up with stuff in his head. He built all of the characters for our blockchain heroes and our villains. Like you say, I need an idea for this, and he's like, okay, so here's what you're going to do. He's that good. And he created the world's first NFT-based podcast. He was the first one to be released as an NFT, as a podcast. So I'm really proud of him.
Shout out to the whole Comm family over there. NFT loving it.
Yeah,
okay, perfect. So let's talk a little bit about, the title of the actual show today is 15.
Oh, we got a thing?
Yeah, right. I mean, it was your thing.
Yeah, we got a thing. Well, you were like, talk about your story. I'm like, I told
the story is the most important part, especially to me.
I want to teach something.
We can teach people things, and definitely we can learn. But what I want people to learn more than anything else is there's so many ways to make money in crypto. When we was talking about, early, and why I was emphasizing that we're early, if you really learn about what blockchain is and you actually understand it's triple entry bookkeeping, and you realize that the whole entire world still operates on the double entry bookkeeping, that they will end up using triple entry bookkeeping, you realize how much more of the market there is still to go. It's incredible the amount of opportunities that exist in crypto, and everything that uses double entry bookkeeping at one point will use triple entry bookkeeping. There's still so much to do. It's incredible. But go ahead, Joel.
You're so right. Like when we look at the technology adoption curve, it always goes like this: pioneer, early adopter, mass adoption, late adoption, stragglers, and granny. Right? That's pretty much how it goes. And we're in early adoption for Bitcoin and for crypto. We're still a few years away from just the beginning of mainstream. For NFTs, we're barely in early adoption. For play to earn, we're still in pioneering phase, and for metaverse, we're still in the pioneering phase. The opportunity that you guys are going to look back in 10 years and go, holy crap, I could have bought that piece of land for what? I could have bought that NFT for this baller collection for what? I could have bought Bitcoin for, what is it, 31,000 right now? All the people are like, man, when Bitcoin was 69,000, I wish I bought it 40. And now they're like, should I buy? Should I buy now? I'm not a financial advisor, but he says you should buy now. Okay, so you want to talk?
This is not financial advice.
No, not at all. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. But I'm an idiot with the microphone, so there's that. The other thing we did is during the...
We don't let idiots hold microphones up here. Someone lied to him about Crypto Mondays San Juan.
I'm going to go over here with this. So we started the Nifty show right before we released our first NFT series because we wanted to talk about NFTs. We're like, do we keep talking NFTs on bad crypto? Or we talk about, let's spin off a show. So we spun off the show. So now we got two podcasts. You can go to any of your podcast player, look up the Bad Crypto Podcast or the Nifty Show, hit subscribe, ring the bells, and leave us 5-star ratings. Please.
All that.
Yeah. Okay. So the title of this is something.
Do all that on Crypto Mondays San Juan. You guys are horrible. I get more people every week in my audience than I do on the internet. We're a damn internet company. You guys show me some love on the internet. Crypto Mondays San Juan.
What he said. So this is the first time I've actually put this down on paper. I'm like, this is going to make for a great article or a talk with slides. I got no slides. So use your imagination. And this is 15 questions to ask when purchasing NFTs. 15.
Go ahead.
So
due diligence.
Yeah. So these are the things I came up with. Not necessarily, most of them are not in a particular order, but number one is number one for a reason, and that is the art. Do you like it?
Hell no.
If you don't like the NFT, and if it goes to zero, are you going to want it in your wallet? Like, I like to buy stuff that I like to look at, whether or not it's going to have value beyond monetary value. So,
do you like it is important. It is art.
Yeah, it is art. So you're going to be happy you own it. Number two, blockchain. You got to understand, where is this being minted? If it's on Ethereum, get ready for the gas. High gas fees suck. We saw last week for the other world thing, gas at one point, I checked my gas tracker, it was $12,500 in gas fees to mint an NFT. Ethereum is only successful because it was the first to the game with smart contracts and minting NFTs, and you got all the cantillionaires that got in early and got a shit ton of Ethereum to spend. That's the only practical reason that Ethereum is the place to be for NFTs. You're looking at me suspicious like. Go ahead, bring it.
I mean, it's half right? You know, it's easy to say that, but the truth is Ethereum is where it's at because the market dictates that, right?
But the market's there because they were there first.
Yes and no. You have your whales that have a shit ton of ETH, but the truth is users, right? Retail exists on ETH, right? When Jordan was here 2 weeks ago from NFT.com, he was discussing why they're placing their gallery on ETH as opposed to other chains. And he gave this long answer. Go back to the YouTube and you can listen to him. But yeah, he gave this long answer explaining all the variety of metrics as to why the market is still on ETH. And at the end of the day, it just is what it is.
It is.
You know, unfortunate, you know. But, you know, I imagine that'll change shortly.
I hope so.
Waterfall.
Well, we're going to have more interoperability, right? That's what's going to happen. So you need to know how NFTs are going to be stored on whatever chain you're using them, whether on BSC or on Wax or Tezos or Cardano, right? I've got a little bit of NFTs everywhere because I like to sample. It's like a buffet line. I want to try this. How do I do this? How do I do that? Right. So it's kind of fun. So know where they are being stored. I'm a big fan of Internet Computer. ICP is so far the most decentralized of alternative chains that I've found, and they've got some cool NFT stuff going on. Number 3, for those of you who are taking notes mentally or otherwise, is a delivery mechanism. So is this a part of a collection? Is it a generative? Is it a one of one? Is it going to be an auction, or is it a random, pack where you open up and you get some stuff in there? So understand the delivery of what it is that you're getting, so you know what to expect for what's inside. Number 4 is originality. Is the NFT unique, or is it derivative of an existing collection? I'm not saying that a derivative can't succeed. All you got to do is look at Mutant Apes, right? And that thing has succeeded wildly based on the Bored Apes, because it comes from, generated by the people in that collection. But I like to look at things that are original. I swear if I see another punk of anything, I'm done. I'm packing it in, taking it home. No more punks. Like, I'm punked out. Clem, why you texting me while I'm talking, dude? Oh, he's posting. Okay. Number 5, community. Is there a reason for people to bond together as a community around the NFT collection? A common mission or a cause can bring people together. You want to make sure there's a reason for this taking place. If the reason is, hey, we're all just going to make a lot of money, that's not necessarily a reason that's going to sustain and last. You're thinking about things, I can tell.
Well, I think the community is probably number 1 on that list, but the other things, so far the order is, pretty much, toss them. But community is the most important. Without the community, and you guys know, without you guys, I ain't shit, right? I love y'all. But yeah, without the community, your project's nothing at the end of the day. If you don't have people that are supporting your project, then it's not going to work. Great technology, great artwork, none of that means shit. Community that supports it and people that are going to be out there, really promoting and really evangelizing your project and what you're working on, that's what matters.
Yeah, and this whole concept of evangelizing brings up a point that I think a lot about in marketing. People talk about creating some sort of viral marketing around their project. And the truth about viral marketing is it isn't something that you do, it's something that happens to you. And it happens when you're telling a story so compelling that other people go and retell it for you without even being asked. That's the essence of any type of viral marketing. People see something, they go, shit, I got to tell my friends. And they go and they share it and they tell their friends. So you don't make it happen, they do. And you're right. I think, it'd be interesting to have a sheet where people could rank their own. What do you think is the most important? Which is the least? And you're going to get all these interesting opinions. I don't dispute, though, that without community, the art doesn't even matter. Right.
I mean, if you really moves you, right? Like if you see this picture and you're like, oh my God, I need that, right? If that's going to fulfill you, it's going to make you feel whole as a person inside, then maybe. But if you want to make some money with it, you ever want to hope to sell it, you better hope somebody else wants it. The only way that's going to happen is if you have a community behind it.
I mean, there was that one piece of this guy, this twerky duck butt doing his thing. I'm like, I got to have that.
I believe it.
That was...
I believe it.
Number 6, marketing. Is the NFT being marketed to the audience enough to provide awareness? Markets will ultimately determine the value, both short-term and long-term, of the NFTs, so the larger the demand. As is evidenced by the community, the more value your NFT can have in the long run. And speaking of long run, the roadmap, super important. Back in the day, we'd create an NFT that was just a pretty piece of art, and that was enough. People thought, oh, this is cool. I want this cool piece of art. People would buy them. Not enough anymore, not even for artists. Even artists are jumping on the roadmap bandwagon. I bought some John Bergerman pizza slices about 3 months ago. And with the John Bergerman pizza slices, you'd get random slices out of your pizza box. And if you had 6 of them that were pepperoni type slices, you can put them together and get a pizza pie. And he's sending me a physical piece of artwork that is unique to the people who completed this task. And, his stuff's on Nifty Gateway. People pay a lot for his stuff. I'm like, this is cool. So even artists are having to create some sort of utility on their roadmap. But we'll get to more about the utility. The roadmap itself tells the audience what you're going to do with this. Is this a quick, hey, you guys are going to buy these and we're done? or buying these then creates a DAO and creates this Discord community and opens up the opportunity for additional drops, or there's going to be a game, or we're going to partner with so-and-so at 100% sold out, right? There's no limit to what you can put on your roadmap. And if you listen to Gary Vee, whether you love him or hate him, I think he's super smart. He's got a 40-year roadmap for V Friends. He's like, this is it. I'm in this for the rest of my life, gang. This is it. I'm going to keep adding value to V Friends for as long as I live. That's a roadmap.
Shout out to Gary Vee. Be focused for the rest of his life on V Friends.
That's how he's going to get the Jets, too. He wants to own the Jets.
I mean, you can't listen. I'm a New Yorker, right? Jets sucked all my life, so I mean, he can't
Gary
do
Vee.
worse than whoever owns him now.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
Well, that's it. He's a
They might as well
fan.
give it to him. At least he's going to be out there caring, right?
Right.
He's not going to be in the the owner's box, not stressed about the game.
Yeah.
He's going to be down there stressed out. So they might as well let him get it.
One of his V friends is a patient pig, so he's being patient. Okay, so that's the roadmap. Number 8, the leadership. Who is involved with the collection? Are they doxxed? Are they anonymous? Are they actively involved in the community? Real important. What have they done before?
Who's in charge is always important.
What have you done for me lately?
That's always important as well.
Right? So the leadership, super important. Number 9 is the utility. So what utility does the NFT promise? Your NFT can earn a token. It can earn it passively. It can be staked, and it can earn token. It can earn other NFTs. It could be used in games. It could be created for virtual worlds. We're seeing all kinds of metaverse ideas where people are buying these PFPs, and then the owners say, all right, we're going to drop you 3D avatar versions that you can use and roam around in the sandbox. Your NFTs can act as a membership card. In fact, one of the projects we did was the world's first NFT subscription box. Travis and I launched the Nifty box in October of 2020. We said, hey, buy this membership card. It's good for a year, and we gifted them 3 extra months. It was September, so October 2020 through December 2021, and we would drop them NFTs multiple times during the month. They didn't know what they were getting. We just said, give us $1,000, and we're going to make it rain NFTs, and we did. And like the people who bought it were like, this is amazing. And when they said, are we going to do it again for 2022? I said, no way. Way too much work, because I bust my ass getting NFTs to drop to these people that they would like. But subscription boxes, membership cards, like look at what Kevin Rose is doing with the proof card. That it's probably at a deal right now. It got over like 120 ETH for this membership card. They didn't even tell people what they were going to get in the beginning. That's how much value he intends to deliver. So whitelist utility can get you on whitelist, future drops, and so on. Number 10, celebrity. Are there any popular or famous third-party celebrities or influencers involved in the collection, bringing awareness and credibility? And this is where I will give a shameless plug. I'm currently working with Sylvester Stallone. Yo, Adrian. And planetsly.com is the website. We're minting later this month 9,997 Sly Guys. And they're PFPs of different Stallone characters and attributes. And if you collect 3 of them on the snapshot date, you're going to get airdropped another NFT. Is that Stallone flying over there in a helicopter? Rambo, is that you? And that it's going to be an NFT that is a ticket to a private dinner in Miami where Stallone's going to be and speak and dine with everybody. So we're looking to bring value there. Having a big name involved in the project cannot be a money grab. Like anybody that's just using their celebrity name just to sell something and there's no other value attached to it.
Not like Stallone.
Run. No, not at all. Wait till you see the utility we're going to bring, Jack. Give me shit over here. You don't know.
Not like Stallone selling, 80s character pictures.
Beautiful artwork. Thank you very much, Pedro. We got Clark Mitchell, who is my homie, who designs for Disney and Hasbro. You wait and see. I'm going to show you. And I was going to get
Shout
you.
out to Sylvester Stallone. I can't wait to have your NFT.
I was going to give you
Rambo,
one, man.
Rocky, all that. We're in.
Yo, Adrian.
Right.
Dude, super inspirational. Okay, I got those 2/3 done. I got 5 more.
Shit,
you with
bro.
me?
I'm trying.
All right, hang with me, bro. Number 11, the UX UI. Does the collection's website or app offer a professional, interesting user experience?
So here's where I got to jump in.
Yeah.
Because check this out. I'm not the NFT expert. He's the NFT expert. I'll be the first to admit, I'm just gonna go out there and put this out there. I have difficulty understanding a lot of these NFT collections and what makes money and what doesn't. But it seems like the ones that do good have the shittiest, scammiest looking websites, right? So like the ones, the ones that have the shittiest, scammiest looking websites, right, look like real 8-bit graphics from like Nintendo. Those are the ones. Bottom line.
So some of them do, and that is the vibe. But even
it reminds me a lot of these like a lot of these DeFi protocols. Remember, like in early 2020, like the DeFi protocols that would come out, they all had like shitty looking websites, and they'd offer like 30,000 APY for a month. And they had the shittiest websites on the planet.
Rebasing.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
That's I mean, I'm amazed at what does well and what doesn't. Like I'm no hate, but at the same time, I'm trying to understand. I look at it. I look at like the Bored Ape, NFTs or like crypto punks. I'm looking at these digital pictures that like.
That's number 14.
It just makes no sense.
You're ahead of me.
I'm trying to understand, but go ahead.
Okay. So, and I'll sum it up for you in a way I think that brings it home. So UX UI, like I like to have fun. Like I want to play with my NFTs. I'm 12 years old. I know I look older, but I'm 12 years old, and I want to have fun with my toys.
Do you want to play with your NFTs? Of course you do.
Yeah, of course you do. Get your hands. Can I borrow your NFTs and play with them? No, get your own damn NFTs. Number 12, collaborations. Does the collection collaborate? Do they stop, collaborate, and listen with other NFT collections when there's a good fit? Rising tide does lift all boats, and it's part of marketing is collaborating with others to bring awareness to the collection, and you can be stronger together than you would be separate.
Let me get in there because I wanted to say this earlier, and I just kind of let it go, and then you brought something up just now that I wanted to kind of like emphasize. This is what we're talking about with NFTs. Actually, is one limited aspect of the NFT industry as a whole, right? If you was here 2 weeks ago when we was with Brittany Kaiser, we was discussing of how identity and the future of identity on the internet and on chain would be solved through NFTs, and all legal documents and all different types of NFTs would be solved through that way.
She's right.
Basically focused on the artwork, call it division of the industry of NFTs.
Well, this is retail.
Yeah.
This is purely
but
retail.
Yeah, this isn't for the picture.
You want to buy NFTs.
NFTs.
Well, it doesn't have to be a picture. It's just any collection you're going to buy into. When it's going to come to car titles and home deeds and driver's license, that's not about a marketplace where you're not going, do I buy my driver's license?
No.
Yeah, you're going to own it. You're going to own it. So, but he's right. This is one segment. This is the retail segment. Number 13. Charitable initiatives. Are they working with any charity to give to a worthwhile cause? Number 14 is the X factor. What visible or unseen forces could play a role in spite of falling short in some of these other areas? And none of this is comprehensive. We've seen collections, as Pedro was referencing, that are a complete joke that you wonder, how did this happen? For example, Cryptodes. Toadz. I'm like, what the hell is this? I would never look at this. Thing blew up. People paying crazy prices for these cryptos. Well, come to find out that the community behind it was CryptoPunks people. There's the connection, the power of influence and strength and the money that they had to drive value to a collection, and at least short-term value to make it look like there's something. I don't know what else is behind it, but there's that X factor, that thing you never see coming. Nobody would have guessed that the Bored Ape Yacht Club community would become what they are and Yugo would become what they are. But there was
I went to a Bored Ape yacht party in Miami, and I was a Bored Ape. It was bored.
There was others that were first. Why aren't the Crypto Kitties?
I wasn't excited about a Bored Ape yacht party. I swear I wasn't.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Maybe we'll get another one going. I don't know.
You might. Number 15, the last one I put on here is deliberately the last one. Unless you are on a super tight budget, the money. How much does it cost to mint it? What are the odds that there will be demand and value for it over time? If the creators do a good job, the financial aspect will take care of itself.
Okay, we're going to get all of that. He's got this list. I'm sure he can text it to my AV guy. My AV guy can put that on the internet. Technology being what it is, I just dropped my phone on it. You should have it now. Perfect. So we're going to get all that, all this due diligence that the nifty guys go through when they look at collections. So that way,
I don't think this hard.
Of course you don't.
No.
You just look at the pictures, and if you like the bits move.
Yeah. I mean, I do a little bit, but I'm kind
You
of
think
trying to
about
break
how
it
you
down.
can play with the NFT
Yeah.
and how does it fit in your world.
I want to play with the NFT, man.
Makes sense.
I do. I want if there's a card game, I want to play with the cards. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't get, and maybe this helps complete the picture. All right? The NFT is the key that unlocks whatever mystery box the creator wants to offer. What's in the box? What's in the box? Whatever the creator wants to put in that box, and it can be an endless, limitless supply of digital goods, physical goods, real life experiences, community, and we're just beginning to tap into the possibility of it. You know, when we're used to loyalty programs like United, you know, or American, you get your points and you cash them in your miles and you get to upgrade and sit and be all excited about sitting in a seat that you would never have in your own home. But woohoo, I'm first class, baby. It feels good. Or you go to Subway and get your card punched and get 10 of them. Now you get a free sandwich. Right, that's loyalty as we've known it. But loyalty with NFTs unlock a world that is truly limitless for the creator.
Shout out to Limitless.
Yep, I meant to do that.
December
by the way.
9th.
So it's really up to the creator to decide what value do I want to give. When you think about email, it's not very deliverable. Goes into people's spam boxes.
You
they
still
don't
use
check
email,
it.
don't
Yeah,
you?
I still do use email. When you think about social media, you can have 100,000 followers on Twitter, but how many of them actually see the tweet? When you've got an NFT in your wallet, I know exactly how to reach you. I can airdrop anything to you. In fact, we did the first NFT mail. We actually created an image that looked like an email with the subject line, and we would drop it to the wallets of the people that were holding our NFTs. So they get this message, and they're looking at their NFT wallets. People are refreshing and checking their wallets every day to see what they got, what's dropped in there. You want to reach somebody with direct marketing. NFTs are the best damn invention that this generation has seen. So what's in the
Round
box?
of applause for that gem. If you didn't catch it, that's your fault. The rest of y'all didn't catch it.
He didn't
it's your
catch it,
fault.
but that's all right. He'll watch the replay.
Yeah, it's okay. They'll catch it. And if they don't, bro, they'll see it. And they'll,
That's okay.
they'll be customers. At the end of the day, that's what happens, man.
It's not about the picture.
First, they ask you what you're doing. Then after that, they ask you how you did it. That's how it works.
How he did what?
Everything. Whenever you innovate in space, right? Whenever you innovate in things, right? People at first, they question. They're like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? And then once you do it, then it becomes a thing. Then after that, like, oh my God, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Right?
I wrote a book about it.
Did you?
My 15th book is called The Fun Formula, how curiosity, risk-taking, and serendipity can revolutionize the way you work. I am what you would call anti-hustle and grind. You didn't know this.
No, I didn't.
I think the hustle and grind is a load of bullshit. I think that thank you, I hear that one clap back there. He just quit his job recently. He's like, I'm out of here.
This is Puerto Rico. Every last one of you should be clapping your hands. I don't know anybody that's got a real job in Puerto Rico. All you guys are lazy as shit.
Take this job and shove it. I've always been of the mindset that I want to do what's fun for me, and I'm going to pursue that. I remember my dad was an architect, and he would, when I was a kid, he's like, hey, I'm going to send you with my contractor here. You're going to spend the day working with my plumber contractor. And I'd go, and that was the only day I ever went on location. Another time he'd say, all right, you're going to get paid well to go work with this pool contractor. And I went and worked on the pool, and I'm done. Like, give me what I want. When I was 16 years old, I took my money that I earned working at the food court, and I bought a TRS-80 Model 1 from Radio Shack with 4K of RAM.
Somebody over there is just as old as you.
That
He
was
really
tight,
excited.
man. That was tight. It had a tape
He was
cassette
really
player.
excited. I have no fucking clue what you just said. but he
Had a
was really
cassette
excited.
player for a storage device, and I was nerding out at 16 years old. That was 1980. You do the math. And I've always wanted to play with the toys that I want to play with. And by focusing on doing what I'm passionate about and what's interesting to me, somehow stuff has always come together. When I'm having the most fun and I'm the most jacked into what I want to be doing, I have the most success. When I tried the hustle and grind stuff and following the formula that you're supposed to follow for knocking on that door until that thing opens, my knuckles got bloody. And I didn't have fun, and I didn't have success in those initiatives. And I don't get it. Like, why keep banging on that door that's closed firmly in front of you when if you open up your peripheral vision, you see there's a door, there's a door, there's a window, there's a door. That one's wide open. What's over there? Ooh, I'm going to look inside that. And that's what I do. I keep myself open to what the opportunities are. So I can't see 3 months in front of me. Like, that's it. I can tell you that Aaron and I are going on a cruise in the Mediterranean in September. It's going to be great. And that's as far as I can see. Truly, I don't know what's next. This Stallone project's going to finish up. We're doing our shows, and I'm just sitting here going, all right, I planted my seeds. I've done enough watering. What's going to come up next?
I fly everywhere on a one-way ticket.
Now that is badass. Right? You just go, and when you're ready to
I am not alone. The overwhelming majority of people in our industry all fly everywhere on a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
Especially the guys that go to a lot of conferences.
Right.
But yeah, with that being said, let's get some questions for Joel Comm. Anybody got any questions in the audience? Come see my guy Jorge right there if you can't see him.
Don't trip over stuff in the dark, though.
Yeah, no, it's all. It's. So actually, I wanted to ask you something myself. As far as the NFTs, and anybody have any questions, feel free to come up to Jorge while I'm up here, kind of filling the space.
Yeah, don't be shy.
But yeah, so as far as the NFTs go with the metaverse and the play-to-earn games, right? How do you see like your current NFT collection transitioning into something that could be potentially used in the metaverse and you can actually play with your NFTs? Do you see that happening for a bunch of your collections?
Some of them. Some of them are going to go to nothing. Some of them are already gone to nothing. Some of them are being built right now. Some of them actually have games already. Personally, for the metaverse, my take on it is I want to be a real estate tycoon. I'm invested in probably, a dozen or so different metaverses and own land parcels. And I'm not necessarily even looking to build them out. I just see the demand for what's going to happen when the media starts talking about these kids that are making more money than their parents and teachers playing games and playing in the metaverse. That's when you start hear the media talking about it, you've crossed over from pioneer to the beginning of early adopter. And they're going to be big news stories. They're going to be about teenagers that are making an absolute killing, and it's going to get the attention of others, and they're going to go, well, I want to do that. And that's what happened with NFTs in general. Found out that people are making all this money with NFTs, and that's why all of a sudden there's a flood of NFTs, because I can make money doing this. Well, guess what? Now there's more supply than demand. The people got to catch up, and they will.
Your foot is going to hit the camera. You're going to kill the feed.
Don't kill the feed, Heather.
All right. So NFTs in the metaverse, right? But go ahead, the guy with the Hustle Trees shirt on. Shout out to Hustle Trees and all of y'all hustling trees out
I
there.
can. If I do this, I can actually see a face.
We've been hustling trees since the 90s.
Go for it, man.
Yeah, thanks for the content, guys. It's really helpful, informative. But I'm sure all of us out here wondering what influencers should we follow for advice and recommendations, specifically, Twitter, YouTube. Is there anybody you can recommend? Because there's so many out there. So.
There are so many out there. So I'm going to tell you what I don't recommend. Okay.
Following influencers for advice. I'm fucking
right.
No, I love. And the truth is, I know almost all of them too. Shout out to like all of them. Jay Da Vinci, Crypto Kid, not Crypto Kid, BitBoy, Big Cloud, Crypto. Carl Moon, I know almost all of them, right? And the truth is, right, that these guys are really good at promoting.
Yep.
Right?
And they make money no matter what.
They're my friends, right? They're my friends. Some of them you'll see at Limitless this year, right? But ultimately, right, they're really good at promoting, right? So, but here's the thing about that. Remember what we said early on when I said should be number one in your NFT collection, in your due diligence? It's community. So the thing about that is they have fans, bro. They have communities behind them. So one hand, it's hard to decipher the bullshit from the hype shit, and the real shit. But the truth is they can take bullshit and make it real shit because they add community to it. So,
but we've also seen them fail miserably.
Oh, of course. You can't see. This is one thing. Look. Anybody in here? You're a marketing guy, right? Anybody in here has ever done marketing or ever hired a marketing company? If you're a marketing company, you can't guarantee results. And if you are hiring a marketing company, right, he can't guarantee me results either. All we can do is basically put out the marketing campaign as we design it, basically. We cannot tell how the market will react to your campaign. No one knows what catches and what doesn't. And if they did, they would be rich as fuck, right? So you just basically stab it in the dark and you figure out from the market responds and you adjust. and that's how you go. But you can't tell when you devise a marketing campaign if it's going to work or not.
No
So
guarantees.
That's the tough part. But at the end of the day, as I said, they have a large voice. They have a microphone, or the channel where they can reach their audience on a regular basis. They have a couple million subscribers to their channels, all together in all their various platforms. And from that, they have a large enough voice that it makes sense that they can give a project energy. But as he said, all of them have also promoted projects that haven't done so well as either. So there's no guarantee.
Be connect. What's up?
That
Yeah,
guy's
so-
fucking awesome. I want to interview him. If anybody got this
Yeah,
guy, what was his name?
we
Carlos.
interviewed him.
Wasn't it Carlos? You got him? I got to
Yeah,
get
man.
him. I got to get him.
Carlos Montes. In fact, here's what surprised us. If you go to Bad Crypto Podcast,
We got to get him on Limitless. Limitless.
Go to badcryptopodcast.com, look up Carlos, and you'll find the interview. The dude, we expected that he's going to be on and we're going to have a lot of fun at his expense. Super.
Did his wife leave him?
He is so inspirational.
Did his wife leave him?
I'm not going to tell you. You got to go watch
His
the
wife
show.
left him. She had to leave his ass. She was like, "Oh, it's a scam." He was like, "I don't care."
He's so positive. He is like taking this and
All
used
those
it.
of you who don't know what we're talking about, there was a big ass scam in 2017 called BitConnect, but it made it to like a $2 billion market cap or something like that. It was a big Ponzi scheme, and there was this one guy named Carlos who would, they made this incredible video. All you gotta do is look up BitConnect video on YouTube, and you just see this guy promoting it like an idiot. It was ridiculous. But anyway, continue.
So there are. This is not exhaustive, but if your influencer is shilling a particular coin going to the moon or project going to the moon, be careful.
Shout out to Carl Moon.
Be careful. When we have sponsors for our show, but we always tell people every time, do your own due diligence. We're not your daddies. Be responsible with your own money. We're not telling you to buy this.
If you sponsor Crypto Mondays, you will see clear as day that you're a sponsor. And if you sponsor Crypto Mondays, my promise to my community is, number one, first and foremost, is I've already done due diligence on the project and the project's not bullshit. And at the end of the day, they still can't buy my opinion. At the end of the day, they tell me what they got, and I tell them whether or not I like it or not. And I do so publicly in front of all you guys. But go ahead.
So Aaron's texting me. Show number was 537. What show was 537? Carlos was 537. This is my producer is on top of it over there.
They're all
She's like
over it.
texting
Shout out
me.
to Team Comm. Team Comm in the house.
Show
Team
is
Comm is short for communications. You guys are doing a
537.
great job.
And she also let me know that Michael Turpin's here.
We need
Hi,
producers
hi,
like
Michael.
that on our team, Jorge.
Michael was the inspiration for one of our blockchain heroes.
Shout out to Michael Turpin, the godfather of crypto.
He was
Somewhere
the
back there, we can't see
defender.
him.
Yeah. So if your influencer is shilling stuff and just telling you it's going to go to the moon or sell that, be real careful. Be smart with your own money. If your influencer is an influencer just because they're pretty, good looking, what is that? That's like you
That's
just
important, bro.
Yeah, right. Super important. Here's what I want to know.
See, this is one of those things, right, where you make unimportant what you ain't got. So
just because it's true.
fuck
I
it,
mean, this is
But no, listen, these
middle-aged,
kind of things are very
paunchy.
important. And if it wasn't, right, the whole advertising industry would not exist off the back of attractive people.
Right.
Right?
But be careful with your damn money because
No, you got to pay attention to what he's saying. You got to pay attention to see if there's substance behind the person being attractive. Or not.
Exactly. Right. I'm not
Right,
saying
but if
pretty.
there's
I'm
no-
not saying pretty people can't bring value.
If there's no substance behind the person being attractive, then ultimately, it's valueless. But no, yeah, the whole advertising industry exists on the back of attractive people, right? We want to see good-looking people buy and do shit that we want to buy.
We
and
want
do.
symmetrical faces. That's
Yes.
what we're looking for, right? I want to see
Or
symmetry.
obviously asymmetrical, like my dog. She's got one flappy ear and one. But go ahead.
What I look for is what they've actually done. I don't
That's
care
important.
what your talk is. I want to know, have you done this before you're teaching this? I can talk about NFTs because I've minted $1.5 million in them and had 10 successful projects sell out. I feel like I've earned the right to come up here and talk
Miss
about
Comm,
NFTs.
we got to give up the microphone if you're done with your question.
But you got people out there that
Is that
they're
next?
learning from others and then going out there and teaching without any actual experience.
You
I'm
mean
not-
I can't charge $99 a month for my crypto course?
You
How to
can.
make $1 billion in crypto, even though I just learned what DeFi was last week.
you can, but should you? Is that ethical? Are you
I had this
qualified?
no joke. I had this conversation with somebody about a month ago. This young lady was selling courses for $999 on the internet, and I promise you, she learned about crypto about a year ago, and she hadn't made any money in crypto. Her whole focus was to get on the internet and just basically teach people about how to make money trading and investing. It's not learning about basics. No, she was going to teach you how to trade and invest, and she hadn't made any money trading and invest.
Now contrast that. We say, Travis and I are like, hey, we're a couple of Goombas. Let's start a show and have some fun, and maybe we'll learn something and people will learn with us. And that was it. It wasn't like, hey, we're experts. In fact, we told them right away, we don't know jack. But we want to talk to people who do know, and we learn some stuff along the way. You learn, and we'll all grow together. No pretense.
Go ahead. Next question.
I'm wondering if you have some recommendations for buying land in the metaverse. So
Buy it next to Snoop Dogg. Buy in the
I just
same
wonder,
housing
like-
development.
Sandbox.
Yeah, buy in the same housing development as
Oh my
Snoop.
God. But are some of these going to even exist in a few years? And
Okay.
Like, what's going to evolve and what to look for
So
that?
this is a
All
good-
the parties will be worth it. It won't matter.
It's a good question.
It won't
so
matter.
there's a
we'll
lot
look
of
back
them.
on this time and we'll think YOLO.
Have you bought any land?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
What was the first thing that comes to mind off the top of your head? If you had to go right now and go buy a piece of land, where would you buy it?
I would talk to all the nerd friends of mine that collected baseball cards when I was a kid. They would tell me.
Say buy a baseball stadium.
They would tell me.
That's what they
Every
tell me.
last one of the people that are big in NFTs now collected basketball cards when we was kids.
Yeah.
All
There's
of them.
something to that.
Listen, this is the truth, okay? And I've realized this. I'm joking about a lot of this stuff, by the way, about NFTs, right? The NFT collections. This is the truth. If you're into collecting things like cards and stuff like that, and you know people who've done this for years, right? We know baseball cards and, rookie cards of Michael Jordan, for instance, stuff like that goes for millions of dollars. These NFTs have a similar concept to them. These, JPEG-looking, static images and that have, little animations to them. Because they have the similar concepts, right, in terms of these collections, in terms of long-term value. The idea of figuring out which collections are going to have ultimate long-term value, that's going to depend a lot on the artists themselves and the people that organize the actual community and what they do with it, long-term. But the truth it is, there's so much more to NFTs than just this aspect that I think that we're just basically touching the tip of the iceberg, and this is what people are focused on now. But I think as the hype cycle dies for this version of NFTs and when the true actual use cases of NFTs start to explode and we're using them every day and we don't even realize it, is when you'll see how, like, all of a sudden the whole world has been taken over by NFTs.
He's right. He's right. So land, to go to your question, Heather, there's a lot of them out there. I would look at who is doing it the biggest, who's been doing it the longest. And when I look at those, not financial advice, Sandbox is owned by Animoca Games. Yatsu is wants to become, the biggest purveyor of NFTs.
Shout out
games.
to Sandbox. We're waiting on confirmation, but I'm almost there on saying they'll be there for Limitless as well.
And they should be. They should be. So their stuff sells out every time they have land for sale, and probably within the next year, they'll be done with all of their tranches of land, and they will all be sold out, and then there won't be more. Decentraland, there's actually events happening in there. Snoop Dogg has done some stuff in there. Other artists have done stuff. They are completely sold out. You can probably buy a piece of land in either one of those right now for, I'd say, 1.2, 1.3 ETH. They're down. So not telling you to go buy it, but those are the ones that I would look at first just because of the traction. Some people are saying the Bored Ape, other side, they just did their sale. I don't know. I don't know if they're tested. And
I wasn't
true enough
excited
yet.
about that party, bro. It was a letdown. I'm sorry. I was a Bored Ape at the Bored Ape Yacht
Yeah.
Club party. The yacht wasn't a yacht. It looked like a little scooter. I wasn't happy. I was unimpressed by the yacht, the Bored Ape Yacht Club party in Miami. I'm sorry. I don't care if they're mad at me. I'm going to tell them
Maybe
the
you got to own the Bored Ape to go.
Bro, it wasn't that, bro. It was, the boat. You seen the boat.
Maybe you
was
were
at-
in the-
If anybody was in Miami, Gretchen, you was there. What was the name of the place that we went to in Miami for the Bored Ape Yacht Club party? The what? The wharf. It was at the wharf, and the boat was no bigger than our audience. Our audience is bigger than the boat.
It should be a yacht.
Yeah, it should
Like,
be a real
yeah,
boat.
yeah.
Like, it was a scooter.
Well, it's not the Bored Ape Boat Club.
It was
It's the
a
Bored Ape
scooter.
Yacht Club. It should be a yacht.
No, it was a scooter.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm with you.
go ahead.
It's a tugboat, a little rowboat. Get in,
They're
apes.
definitely not inviting
We're
me to
going
more
down.
Bored Ape Yacht parties. But anyway, go ahead, continue. Next question.
That was a question right there.
Perfect. Hey, Pedro, Joel, I want to first of all say congratulations, and I appreciate you guys putting on this event. Amazing.
Thank you,
I think
Joel.
Everybody needs a round of applause.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, clapping people.
A little bit closer. So I'm Greg Bouchard. I'm Chainwave. We are the
Shout out to
probably
Chainwave. We
the
love y'all.
primary MVP developers on the island, and I've heard a lot of questions about NFTs and influencers, but a lot Not a lot of questions about development.
Oh,
So
I got some
think there's
dev
a
people
lot-
coming for y'all next week. Hannah from Lightning Network. She's been working on Lightning
Hannah
Network
and
for 10
Eric
years.
Alvarez are great. Yes, they're good partners, and we work.
We got some
together
dev people coming. We got some nerds for y'all.
job. So I've worked with James Haft and TLTX, obviously one of my clients.
Never heard of him.
We had 4 clients in this room right now, but if anybody
Shout out to
wants talk
James Haft,
about-
man. He's a co-founder of Crypto Mondays, man. We butt heads all the damn time, but he knows I love him and vice versa. He's actually a co-founder in Crypto Mondays. They started this thing.
How
I
about
just
that?
made it this shit. But go ahead.
He's the man. No, David Johnson is the OG.
Yeah, we like David's usually here. I don't know if he's here today.
He's
But go
not
ahead.
here. I know
Okay.
Michael is. Andrew Keys is also a big player in the space. and
Shout
we're
out to Mr.
trying
Keys. I texted him this morning.
Transform a lot of legislation on the island.
What's your question, brother? We
My
name dropping.
question is, a lot of people here have been asking about how to make money on NFTs or how to get into influencing environments, but more so, how do you develop your own idea?
Yeah. So the
There's
first
a
two,
lot of questions.
right? I don't like the first two.
Right.
How do you make money with NFTs? No, how do you make money with anything? You have an idea
Somebody wants it.
on
more than
something
you do.
that somebody will pay money for, and nobody gives a crap about the idea. It's really about the execution. So I don't care what it is, just execute the crap out of what you're doing. And if people are telling you in their response to you that they're not interested, don't keep trying to sell them something. Mark Joyner, who's one of my peers in internet marketing, once said, he wrote a book called The Irresistible Offer. It's a 3-part sequence. Find a thirsty audience, sell them a glass of water, sell them a second glass. That's it.
How many of you guys are ready for my next NFT collection? We have one I'm working on right
It's a glass of water.
now. Right now. It is not a glass of water. If anyone who alive knows me and you know me personally, you would know what these NFT collection is about. Come see me as soon as the program's over. We'll discuss some more.
That is what we call baiting interest right there. That's a tease. That's a little cliffhanger he's got right there. Good job.
Come see me after the cameras are
Shout
on.
out to Pedro's cliffhanger. Good job.
So basically, my question was leading to execution, as you said, which is MVPs and scoping and niching and understanding your idea. So I think something that would be valuable for everybody here is understanding that you can apply capital through these, discords, as you guys have mentioned, things like that, or you can actually work with groups that can build and execute. And there's a big difference
Is that-
because most MVPs fail. 80% of MVPs, they do fail.
Chainwave is going to have to pick up a sponsorship to have you in here commented on Chainwave's excellent execution on their
I'm hosting
MVPs.
Crypto Monday.
So
Thank
are,
you.
are you
Appreciate
answering your own
Do
question?
we have a question, brother? We got a question.
Because that's a great
my
answer.
my biggest question,
We're going to send them an
I
invoice.
guess,
Don't worry.
is where do you see in the future the vision of NFTs versus digital art, things like that? Do you view a due diligence aspect? Do you view a documentation aspect? Where do you see the future of NFTs in 5 years? That's my question.
So more, what's the word where it's everywhere, omnipresent, more, there's a really good word for this.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Here's $5 for that $10 word, keep the change. Look, there's going to come a point where I like to look at my, my credit card with that little chip on there, and if you were to ask me how the hell that thing works, I don't know. Boop, slip, slide, whatever. It works. And we don't refer to it as, this chip. It's your credit card, right? So when you're going to buy an NFT, we're going to stop referring to them as NFTs. It's ownership. That's all it is. I own this. I own this skin. I own this license. I own this deed. I own this membership. The form will be an NFT. 5 years will be into early mass adoption. Very early mass adoption. It's going to take some time to educate people and to bring them on board and for the technology to catch up where you don't have to worry about setting up a damn MetaMask extension, right, for your wallet and keeping your, staying up nights because you got your 24 words and I got to put them somewhere safe, right? Crypto's complicated still, and a lot of people are scared of it. And I've had family members, get hacked and lose their Bitcoin. I'm never doing this. This is a scam. Never doing this again. Then he goes and buys some more anyway. So we're still, years off, which is what Pedro started with. We are so freaking early to all of this. So early. I saw that El Salvador picked up 600 Bitcoin today. Right?
Little something.
You got a
something.
nation state
At the
going, all
supermarket,
right,
we're like, fuck it, I'll take an extra 600 BTC.
right, we're going in. We see what's happening here. We're already all in. We're going deeper. And the dominoes are going to fall. just a matter of time.
2 to 5 year plan, not financial advice. People who ask me about crypto all the damn time, right? They're like, how can I make money? How can I travel? How can I do this? How can I do that? This is what I tell them all the time. Buy as much as Bitcoin and ETH as you can. 2 to 5 years, you'll be rich. Very simple. Don't stress about it. Don't think about it. Don't, try to give, too much thought into all these other various altcoins. Don't get me wrong. There's an avenue there. But ultimately, for people who are not very knowledgeable and not spending a lot of time and attention, don't want to, gamble on, altcoin, low market cap projects, right? Then ultimately, these are safe bets, man. 2 to 5 years out, you buy enough of it. 2 to 5 years, you're gonna have enough money to do whatever you want with the rest of your life. That I can promise you.
And if not, you know where to find Pedro.
Yeah, no. If not, you just come back to me, man, and you can blame it on me. I'm gonna tell you that
It's not my fault.
it's not financial advice. That's exactly what I said before I said it. Any more questions? You got to come on up here, sweetie. We need you here.
Hi.
Your microphone.
I have a microphone. My question.
Oh, hi. I can't.
I have
really can't
no
see.
idea where are you. We're
Okay,
gonna
I
need
see-
you
I
guys
see
to
your
have
hand now.
questions to come a little closer up here because we cannot see past the lights. I promise.
Okay.
Thank you. I can see your white top.
Oh, hi.
My question's about the metaverse and communities, and I'm
Yes.
curious how closely are the communities that are working on metaverses talking to people who are actively passionate about digital uploads?
Very, very vague question, love. That's like saying which one of
Saying- So for me, the only reason I would really personally be interested is if I was going to digitally upload into one.
This is
And
a
I'm
lead
wondering-
into something. You're down
I'm
with one of these
wondering,
projects. Which one
Are
is
you
it?
intending to digitally upload yourself if the technology existed into one of the metaverses? that
No,
you
I mean, I
were
saw the
able to-
show.
What
It was a
project do
comedy.
you work with? If I can hear it in your
I work
voice.
at Stripe.
Okay.
Okay.
Stripe is getting into. We like Stripe too.
Shout out to Stripe.
Shout out to Stripe.
There you
Stripe
go.
can sponsor Limitless. We need to talk.
Yeah. So do I want to upload myself? Look.
Yeah, and how
th-
close
this-
are the communities linked? Because there are people very actively working on trying to do digital uploads. It's not just a show; like people actually want to do it.
Yeah.
And how closely are you working to build a world that they would actually want to project into, in 100 years?
Yeah. So that's looking.
We got to get you as a guest up here, young lady.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you up here. Make sure we get her information.
You have a great futurist mindset, and you're looking far enough ahead that I don't look there, but except with a little fear and trepidation.
I'm not afraid of anything.
To be honest,
We're all gonna die. We're all
yeah,
dying
I'm
now.
not afraid for me though. I'm afraid for the future generations and what they might miss out on being locked into, this space. And hopefully, technology being amoral, there will be enough good people that use it for good. But there's always going to be people that use this stuff for evil. It doesn't matter what it is. Is there a time that you'll be able to upload your consciousness and we'll be like in the movie WALL-E and they'll just cart us around, and drop food in our mouth? I mean,
Look, tech, right? And I think that's it. Any questions? Yeah. Okay. So we got to wrap this up. My producer over there is starting to look at me. He's giving me funny looks. But tech, it's real simple. Tech is not.
The lights go off
it's
in
not
5 minutes.
Evil, or it's not heavenly either, right? It's neutral. It's whatever you use it for, right? So there's a lot of people that use social media to stay in contact with friends and family members that live all over the world. It's a great thing for them, right? Gives them the ability to communicate, share cute photos and nice memes, whatever makes them laugh, stay connected. There's a lot of people use social media to really do a lot of harm, right? We've seen what happened with Cambridge Analytica and how they manipulated elections through using social media. So is social media bad, or the people that use it and the people that also consume it, right? Are your habits poor? If you as a user are operating as a user, right? It's only two industries that call you user, right? The drug game and and social media, ironically, right? So if you are a user, you're a junkie, then obviously you're gonna have poor habits, you're gonna have poor lifestyle. If you're a user, you just like to get high every now and then, just hang out on the weekends, you're gonna be okay, right? So there you go. That's my advice for you guys. Not financial advice for sure. Let's get a round of applause to my guy Joel Comm right up under the airplane.
thank you.